Cox Short Film Showcase is back, and we want you. No, really, if you're a local filmmaker, why not submit your work to us? We're always looking for the next big thing, so shoot us an email with a link to your film, and it just might make it onto the showcase. Up first tonight, a suspense-filled look at what can happen when a marriage unravels and divorce, not an option. From the producers of the original series 7 Cities, here's
It's been said that we are born to die. I guess that's true. What matters is what we do in between that time. In between that time, we make a lot of decisions. Many of which are bad ones. Ones that bring a great deal of pain with them. Pain so great that sometimes you wish you were dead. I need more time. The good Lord says, everyone has a purpose. What's mine? The longer I live, the more I am confused about my purpose. Who am I kidding? I'm not confused. I'm totally clueless about my purpose. That's Ray, my husband. We've been married for 4 years, although it feels more like 20. Despite our problems, I love him very much. But I don't think he loves me anymore. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but he used to say the sweetest things, like,
"You got anything to eat, Miss Dunn?
There's a sandwich in the fridge.
Put enough mayonnaise on it this time."
You make the greatest sandwich I've ever tasted.
What are you staring at?
I was just thinking, that's all.
That's a switch. Trying to hurt yourself.
We haven't been out in a while. Dinner? Dancing. Doesn't that sound like fun? Spend some time together. Get off the property for
Get off the property, Savannah. I've been trying to get you off the property for 3 years.
I'm not selling it, Ray. This property has been in my family for
Yeah, I get it. 100 years. Your family is dead. What are you waiting for?
We're running out of time.
What?
We need to go on a date.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Ray! Ray! She's not working.
I need more time.
There's an old adage that says, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. The same stands true for time. Time is something we greatly unappreciate and largely take for granted until there is no more of it.
Don't leave a message, you didn't call.
You need to zip it up and get home right now. He loves me. I know he does. He just needs more time. Please, more time.
Time's up, Savannah. Time's up, Savannah.
Savannah!
I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'll keep trying. Maybe someday I'll find somebody that you approve of. Maybe. Until then, the wait continues. Can I help you?
Hi, yes. Sorry to bother you. My car broke down. I was wondering if I could use your phone to call a tow truck. Cell phone's dead.
Which is more important to you? Love or money?
Pardon?
Which do you prefer? Love or money?
Okay. Love. It lasts longer.
Come in.
I hope you're a man of your word.
So which do you prefer, love or money? Anyway, it's time for some real talk. You thought it was a husband, didn't you? If you're still baffled, send us an email. Promise not to make fun of you. Much. When we come back, the plot thickens in a music video directed by Chip Johnson. So keep it here for more fresh local movies on the Cox Short Film Showcase. Oh, hey, welcome back to the showcase where we shine a spotlight on the best of the best in local film talent. The band featured in our next short calls themselves My Sinister Hands. The video's director, Chip Johnson, one of their not-so-sinister bandmates. Check it out.
Woke up with this blood on my hands, too weak to walk or even stand. Last night's just a blur in my head, but now I think someone is dead. Somebody will never breathe again. Wish I could remember where I've been. Wish I could remember where I've been. Tell me I don't need no medication. Tell me I don't need no medication. Tell me I don't need no medication. I'll be alright. Sometimes bad thoughts, they invade. Just close my eyes and hope they'll fade. But I can't deny what's in these bones. Give in to death and to its throes. Pressure builds and I've exploded. A gun can't help a mind that's loaded. A gun can't help a mind that's loaded. Tell me I don't need no medication. Tell me I don't need no medication. Tell me I don't need no medication. I'll be alright. Sometimes I sit and wait by the phone. Sometimes I feel all alone. Then my dog comes and says to me, you know what's wrong with society? I said, come on, let's have some fun. My God, what the hell have I done? My God, what the hell have I done? Tell me I don't need no medication. Tell me I don't need no medication. Tell me I don't need no medication. I'll be alright. You won't have to check on me tonight. Yeah, I'll be alright. You won't have to check on me tonight. Yeah, I'll be alright. Just don't check in the basement.
I'll say this for it. Must have taken I'll say this for it. Must have taken a lot of work to get the content to actually match the lyrics. But I just kept waiting for something horrible to happen, like a flashback to whatever put all that blood on the guy's shirt or something. The guy, incidentally, also Chip Johnson. Dude gets around. Just when you thought you were out, well, we pull you back in with a look at a pioneering advocate for artists' rights, as well as the first female artist on the Atlantic record label. When we return. You're watching the Cox Short Film Showcase. Our 7-City Legacy series continues this week with a look at Portsmouth, Virginia native Miss Ruth Brown.
I'd like to present to you at this time a young lady who just a few months ago was tabbed the mama girl. And had she cried, Papa, I would have been there. Oh, she's so gorgeous. She's so beautiful. She's so sweet. She's so wonderful. Hello, Ruthie.
You know what, Willie?
What?
You say the sweetest things.
She embodied soul, style, and grace. She possessed a signature sound in her voice unlike any other blues singer of her day. She even became a heavy advocate for artists obtaining their music royalties. She is none other than our very own Ruth Brown. Born as Ruth Weston on January 12, 1928 in Portsmouth, Virginia, Ruth Brown, the eldest of 7 children, honed her passion for singing in her father's church choir. Much to the disdain of her father, Ruth began participating in local USO talent shows while still a high school student at IC Norcom.
She basically started singing here at the USO clubs and everything like that. My father was choir director at the church, and he didn't really want my sister to do secular music. So in order to sing secular music, she had to make her mind to leave home. But she never ever forgot Portsmouth. She always talked about Portsmouth, and she always talked about even moving back here. But I think she had a major influence on the music in this area, because I think at one time she was the biggest star out of this area, so everybody wanted to follow that dream to Ruth Brown, or that path to Ruth Brown, set from this Tidewater area to influence them to go out on the road and try to make it.
Ruth ran away to Washington, D.C. and began making a name for herself in the nightclub circuit. However, it wasn't until a chance meeting with Blanche and Cab Calloway that her career appeared to be going to the next level. In fact, it was Cab who helped her score an audition with the founder of Atlantic Records. She enjoyed a string of top hits in the 40s and 50s, including So Long, Mama, He Treats Your Daughter Mean, and Teardrops from My Eyes.
Baby, won't you hurry? 'Cause I miss you so. And it's raining teardrops from my
As a young man, I never ever thought I'd have an opportunity to be related to someone that was known on a national level. There's really no place in America that you could go and find somebody in the state that didn't know the name Ruth Brown. In my early life, as soon as I got to elementary school and people found out I was Ruth Brown's brother, everybody expected me to have talent. So they were asking me to sing and dance and all that stuff, and I couldn't do anything, but it's really great to be her brother. She was the first female artist on the Atlantic record label. Well, I know a lot of people probably didn't realize that because they know of artists like Aretha Franklin. That's where they know Atlantic. But she was actually the first female artist on the Atlantic record label, and she had their first million seller. So she was a major influence on that label.
Her successful run with Atlantic Records even earned the company its nickname as the house that Ruth built. Ruth's career eventually started to take a downturn. Although her records were still getting airplay, she was not receiving any residuals behind them and was forced to take odd jobs.
There was times I had to go in my pocket and help her pay the rent or pay the mortgage on where she was living because of the fact that that's what families do, they stay together. But then she ended up hearing people impersonating her on the radio, and she says, why do we need a phony Ruth Brown, and I can still do it? And that's what made her really go back and start performing again.
In the late 70s, she reunited with her longtime friend, comedian Red Fox. He helped to revitalize her career in television, film, and stage. She began recording and touring internationally, and she later received a role in the famous Broadway play, Black and Blue, for which she won a Tony Award for Best Actress. In 1989, she won a Grammy for her album, Blues on Broadway. In 1992, Ruth was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In 1999, she received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Blues Foundation, and in 2007, she was posthumously made a national treasure.
A lot of younger people could learn a lot about her as far as performing. If you ever seen her perform on stage or something like that, man, she was always elegant, dressed in beaded gowns, and she ain't going in there with no jeans and nothing like that, because she was an artist. She set the standards. In fact, a lot of people don't know it, but she gave Tina Turner her first dress to perform in. Yeah, it's a lot of deep history, man. I mean, it's a lot of history about my sister that people just don't really know about. You know, when people first found out she passed the course, there was a big influx of people wanting to buy her music and see stuff of her. But being she came along as an early artist, there's not a lot of video footage and things like that where people can really see. There's some early black and whites that you can go up on YouTube and see of her performing and stuff like that. But there is hope, you know, through the family and friends that maybe one day they'll make a documentary or make a made-for-TV movie about her, because she was really a pioneer, just not the fact that she was a singer, but the fact that she was an advocate for artists' rights.
Her legend still resonates in music today. Her signature teardrop voice has often been imitated. Without a doubt, Brown lived up to her nickname as Miss Rhythm.
I think this entire series just goes to show that Virginia is a breeding ground for talent. Film, music, football. Prove me right, Virginia. Send us a link to your short film, and it might be featured on a future episode of the showcase. Well, we gotta shut this party down for now, but join us next week for more of the best Virginia has to offer. For the Cox Short Film Showcase, I'm Gayle.